It all started with this holster. Actually, it started with a similar holster by this very same brand. I think it's what, FDO or whatever. You do see it on Amazon, except they did not have this flexible strip here. It was kind of just fixed like this. And of course, that one was not compatible with my Glock 19 with the TLR X flashlight. By the way, just want to confirm this is clear and safe. So the previous holster I had that was the same brand did not accommodate the light. I did replace it with this one, which had the light. But here's where these problems started. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my belt. And by the way, I'm wearing Vertex tactical jeans. It is about size 30 waist. It is flexible though, which is what you want. It is stretchy, which is what you want on your jeans for concealed carry, right? This is a ratchet belt. I think it's like Jukmo or some kind of an Asian brand off of Amazon. It works for me. It is cheap. I think it's about $30 or so. But if it works, then I'm not gonna worry about getting a Core Essentials belt or whatever, right? If it works. The only thing I can say I've experienced is that this metal here creates a little bit of a hot spot rubbing on my bone if I'm wearing certain pants, like tactical pants. For example, these are my tactical pants that I wear sometimes for work. LAPG brand, great pants. Magazine pockets here, zippered cargo pockets, but it's not stretchy, which is part of the problem. That's why I did upgrade to a 32 waist just for concealed carry purposes. That apparently did not help because I still did feel that discomfort from this belt. But I do notice with jeans, I do not notice that discomfort. Back to the holster. Let's show you how this looks on here. Now, from what I understand, you want to position the gun not in the center because it could hit that pubic bone right there, and not here because when you bend, look at that, you don't want that. So from what I understand and what I've noticed as well is if the gun is right here, it's in between that pubic bone and your leg, right? So you want it about 1 o'clock-ish or so. So let me show you the problem with this holster. It does have a mini claw here, right? Compared to the T-Rex Arms holster, which I did take off, and I'll get to that later, the claw is a little bit more aggressive, but it is adjustable as well if you decide to raise that ride height. Now, check this out. So this is where I want it. Let's get the light a little bit better here. Let's put the gun in. Okay. This is an extra magazine with snap caps. So, okay. So, what's wrong with this setup right here? Just to demonstrate right? It's generally pretty concealable. Unless I'm doing this, you're not really gonna, mostly I'm walking casually, the lines help. We all know plaid is great for concealed carry. But let me show you something. As I go in for the draw, no matter how I draw, it doesn't matter if I'm drawing from the bottom or just grabbing like that, right? Shout out to True Exodus. I think I see them do this, right? But let's just say I'm doing this. Now, to get that master grip, look how little that space is between look at that. And let me tell you, the first thing, I'm gonna just do a fast draw, right? Obviously that works. Obviously that works. Obviously that works. But here's what you're not seeing in slow motion. Because I'm gonna do it in slow motion. Here's what you're not seeing. Look at this. I can't get a finger through there. So what's happening is my finger gets stuck here, and then I'm drawing like this half-assed. You don't want to draw like this. You do not want to draw like this. Ideally, it's something where you can get that master grip, maybe even push down a bit, and then draw, right? So that's the problem with this holster. So how is it a problem? I'll tell you how it's a problem. The problem is this belt clip is right below where that handle sits. That's a problem. And that's why I did not use this holster. That's why I switched to the sidecar. But we'll get to the sidecar problems in just a moment.